Hey there, Bloomers and friends. Rev Kev coming to you from the Bloom office here in Palm Springs. I had a little side trip today to San Bernardino to have lunch with a group of Inland Empire UCC clergy. It's a group that we've been meeting at a Thai restaurant in San Bernardino for the last several years. I maybe about 5 years. I can't tell you for sure. It's always somewhere between 6 and 8, maybe 12 at the most. Persons. What's always kind of fun to do is to just connect with one another as friends. There's a time when we do, when there's it's a small enough group, we do a little bit of check-in like we did today, and people tell what's going on in their congregations and what they're planning for the future. I was interested to hear of a historically black church that had been doing some struggling not far from us. The pastor says that he feels like they're growing, and that's exciting for him. I know that there have been times when he has really sensed the struggle, and there's been times when he's been a little bit concerned about it. But I'm not telling any tales out of school. I'm just trying to say that it was exciting to hear about that. Another congregation just finished a building project and is now working on ways to enhance that for the life of their congregation and do some special art projects and so forth relating to that. Another person had finished her work with a congregation and was now looking for another assignment and was in what we call the search and call process. And pardon me, but I just have to wipe my nose. There we go. I think even Walter Cronkite had to do that every once in a while. And then we go around, and there is a congregation that is on the verge of selling their building and starting over in a whole nother environment. I talked about Bloom with our Spring Fling fundraiser coming up, and talked about how excited I was about the persons that were receiving our awards, our Community Justice Award and our Compassion Awareness Award this year, as well as the excitement for the musical group. And then there was another one who had just finished about leading camps and doing things like that, and was looking forward actually to a lot of personal travel coming up very soon. So that's kind of the range. Now, the one interesting thing was that there were 2 men and 6 women in that, and that is, I don't know if that's characteristic or not, but that was the reality in this Inland Empire clergy lunch group. And it is a factor, and I really cherish these colleagues and all they're able to provide for support, and how they very much appreciate Bloom's Ministries here in Palm Springs. And we were even sharing some ideas for pulpit supply for when the pastors are gone, and maybe I've got some ideas for some new folks, as well as they have some of the same people we do from time to time. Tonight's a special night at Bloom. We're starting this new study for Matthew with Rabbi Lazar. Just because we've started tonight doesn't mean you can't come next week or the week after, depending upon the schedule. But I'm looking forward to spending that time with Matthew Lazar, looking through the Gospel of Matthew. He's got some special perspectives that he wants to bring, and we're going to work on that together. Coming up soon, and there will be a little commercial on Bloom Notes as well, is our study of the book From Aging to Saging, A Revolutionary Approach to Growing Older, by Rabbi Zalman Schechter Shalomi and Ronald S. Miller. And this is a practical guide as well as a very personal insight. I've enjoyed just the few pages I've already had a chance to read. And this is a way in which we're able to bring some a perspective into the Bloom life that is about the realities of our own lives, incorporating our spiritual natures, but also knowing that as human beings, we have a future even as we're aging. And we're looking forward to spending that time in the book study. Watch for details coming up on that. I am looking forward to this Sunday with our Bloom community. We had a great time with Bloom Tones singing last week, and I'm sure you'll enjoy the sermon that Reverend Dr. Stephen Wales brought as Russ recorded that, and we'll have that here on Bloom Notes. It certainly was insightful about Dr. Martin Luther King, as well as about the scriptures that we had for that day. And we really appreciate Steve's perspective. And the fact that he's the first preacher ever to wear preaching tabs on a Sunday morning. So, complete with his Boston University School of Theology academic regalia, and then he had the collar and preaching tabs. If you don't know what preaching tabs are, you'll see them. I think they'll be pretty obvious when you see his picture. We hope you can be with us this Sunday at Bloom. If you can't be with us in body, please be with us in spirit. And as always, please keep us in your prayers. And as always, please know that you can join us for Sunday morning worship via Facebook at 10 a.m. We hope to see you then. And until then, bye-bye.